Hello, my name is Charlie Vogel. For my biology field experiment, I did a career shadow. I career shadowed my family friend. Her name is Amanda Densmore. She is a biomedical saleswoman, which means she sells biomedical devices to hospitals and surgeons and doctors for upcoming surgeries in order to make sure that surgery goes as planned. She actually has to be in the operation room during surgery to teach the surgeons and tell them where the device is supposed to go, what it does, how you use it, etc. She also has to be there during most of the day to restock trays in case of any emergencies. Trays are like, inside the trays are the devices, and they're already planned out for future surgeries. So if there's a surgery like 2 weeks from now, there's already a planned tray in the hospital waiting to be used for that surgery. I actually got to experience that firsthand. I got to go and restock a tray and learn all about that kind of stuff with my mentor. My experience, we worked a lot, and we worked a lot with like materials and objects they use to heal bones, tissues, and whatnot. We talked a lot about compression and reduction. Reduction is removing part of a body, part of a bone from another completely different spot to like the hip bone, and they will put it in the femur if the femur is broken to make sure that the femur can be healed in the correct way. So bone growth is a process in which a broken or injured bone heals. For bones to heal, they must be touching and they must be bloody. Bones do bleed, so kind of weird, but this is called bloody bone to bloody bone. Bones bleed, and in order to heal, they must continue bleeding. In other words, bones cannot heal unless they are bleeding and touching together. To heal bones, the body uses a process called osteoinductive healing. This is when a bone grows in a surface. It happens naturally, and the majority of bone healing is osteoinductive. On the other hand, there's osteoconductive healing. This is where the bone grows on a surface, and this is regularly seen with implants like right here. These are titanium rib bone implants, so they will put these right here to heal the rib bones right here. So they act like casts, but instead of being outside your body, of course, they're inside your body. Right here is the process of bloody bone to bloody bone, which is the bloody bones right here, and they must be touching, and this is the process in which it heals. Right here is completely broken, you're not good, and you see the bones beginning to form again, like the callus kind of material that brings it together. Right here is the actual implants that bring the bone together. So it will start like this. It's something weird. It'll go like this, and then they will take it out. It will look like that. Tissue growth. Like bone growth, tissue growth, aka wound healing, is a process of healing for an injury like a scrape, burn, cut, and it begins. The first step of it is hemostasis. This is where the wound is. Where the wound is closed with the process of clotting. This is when a scab forms on top of the wound. So if I get a cut, the scab forms, which is a blood clot, and that's what keeps everything out, what keeps it, it's like a cover to keep it ready and able to heal and clean. Then there's the inflammation stage, which is when there's a localized swelling. This helps the healing process occur by letting repair cells rush to the area of the wound. So they will go there and do what they need to do while your area is. During this stage, damaged cells, pathogens, and bacteria are removed from the area to keep it clean and healthy. No infection. That's bad. Then there's the proliferative stage. This is when the wound is rebuilt by tissue with collagen and extracellular matrix, which is like material that brings it in and causes it to heal on the inside. This is when it begins to gradually get smaller because it gets smaller because it's healing and doing the right thing. And then in the end, there's the maturation stage, or the mature, it's however you want to pronounce it. This is where the wound finally closes and it's fixed and it's perfect, it's good to go. Great. This has to do with biomedical sales because they sell products to speed up this process. I myself had a cut on my wrist right here. I don't know if there's a scar anymore, but I was given the opportunity to use this kind of, it's weird. It's like a weird product. It feels really weird, and it's just like a little rub, like kind of like they just rub it on, and it feels kind of weird. It's like, kind of like a cream, but it got like little pieces of stuff in it, and it speeds up. And instead of being like a 1 week, 2 week process, it was done in a couple days, completely healed. Yeah. Here are some, right here is, this is a scab clotting. This is the clotting stage. That's like basic stuff. This is all the stuff going to it and leaving it to make sure it gets healed. That is a scab, like, I think this is part of the maturation stage, which is where it's completely getting fixed. I'm gonna move for here. Some fun facts. The most commonly broken bone in the body is the clavicle. It's the bone that runs from your shoulder all the way down to your hand, which is like, when people say breaking your wrist, that's probably what they mean, breaking your clavicle. Most scrapes and cuts take about 1 week to 3 weeks to heal completely. And I guess if you use the material that I was given to put on my cut, it could only take a couple days. It's pretty cool. There's a complete total of 206 bones in your body, in a normal human's body, which I think I'm pretty normal. So it takes about 13 or more years of school after high school to become a full ride surgeon. So if you're asking me, I don't really want to be a surgeon because I don't feel like doing it for 13 years. My freshman year is already hard enough. Yes. And then I will be putting my everything else, all my sources will be on a separate document.